Betrayal over medication. My brother Lucas and I were super close growing up. We shared everything: secrets, clothes, food, and money. When my mom got sick with an autoimmune condition that required crazy expensive medication, I started saving every penny I could. I worked weekends at the grocery store, did odd jobs, and even sold my Xbox to help with her medicine, which cost about $600 per bottle. I trusted Lucas so much that I even gave him my savings account info in case something happened to me, and he needed to get the money for mom's medication quickly. I had been saving for months, skipping meals and walking to work, putting aside almost $2,000. Money with wings, the empty account. One Tuesday morning, I went to the pharmacy for mom's refill. My card was declined. I called the bank from the parking lot, and the automated system said my balance was $12.37. Convinced it was fraud, I spoke to a teller who told me there was a withdrawal for $1,850 2 days earlier from an ATM downtown. The bank lady asked if anyone else had access to my account. That's when I knew Lucas. I drove home and found Lucas in the living room playing video games. I asked him straight up if he took money from my account. He didn't even pause his game, just said, "Yeah," like I'd asked him about the weather. Snowflake, the coldest revelation. I asked him why. That's when he finally looked at me, completely casual, and said he'd used the money for a weekend trip with his girlfriend Emma to a fancy resort up north, luxury hotel, spa treatments, the whole thing. I couldn't speak. Our mom was rationing her medication because we couldn't afford the full doses, and he had blown my entire savings on a romantic getaway. When I asked him how he could do that to mom, he just shrugged and said he'd pay me back when he got his bonus in a couple of months. He dismissed the severity, saying the medicine wasn't that big a deal, and that missing a few days wouldn't kill her. Mom had to skip an entire week of medication because of him. I had to borrow $300 from my coworker, Jake, a near stranger, to get the refill. It was then I realized some strangers cared more about my family than my own brother did. Stop sign the final no. After that, everything changed. Lucas tried to act like nothing happened, but I couldn't look at him the same way. When he asked to borrow my car or cover his work shift, I said no. A year later, Lucas approached me asking me to co-sign a loan for a used BMW, promising to make every payment on time. I looked him dead in the eye and said, "Absolutely not." When he asked why, I told him the cold truth. Because the last time I trusted you with money, mom went without her medication so he could take his girlfriend on vacation.